favorite battle rappers is fucking poor. Poor.
It's on my bucket list to battle on URL at least once. You know what I mean? Like it's not, it's a bucket list item, but it's not the end all be all for me. It just isn't. There are a good amount of professional, great battle rappers over there. Look,
Hey,
we know
Ward, you
on
want to
any
know what?
day you can lose to somebody. Like you can lose to somebody on anybody. Clear wins. I know we got surfing here, right? But and he's got 3 good clear wins this year. But clear wins are hard to come by at times when you're battling other professionals on big stages. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, the narrative is that I have to go over there and basically have body bag of the year. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
No. Hey Ward, look. Hey Ward, like I said, look. When Marv pulled up, Marv one is a legend. He might have how many? I can't think, but he got a handful of URL battles. Like, listen, I can't speak for everybody else, right? If you was to come over here and battle one time, like I'm talking about, just put your feet in the water, win, lose, or draw, and then go into continue and do everything that you're doing right now, you will be one of the scariest people to me ever. Just that simple as you coming over here, and you don't gotta run it with me. To come over here and get in that action with us and then go about your business. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. URL, I'm still gonna have the same argument. URL is the NBA, but it's this one motherfucker that do what he want. Gotta think about who wouldn't want to be the myth. Right now, to me, A Ward is the best person to never step foot on URL.
He's the
Ever.
professor. He's the professor.
He's the professor, exactly. But now, that's also hilarious in the angle because Russell Westbrook would windmill on the professor. Facts. So this is why our point goes back to, yo, is A Ward only good on M1? Is he only the professor because
why
he's
is A
the
Ward a
professor?
listener right now? Somebody bring
A
him
I'm
Ward
up.
about
keeps
to bring
cutting
him up
out.
right now.
You know what I mean? Like if A Ward's the professor, like that again goes back to our point, or Ray for Austin or somebody on the N1 stage is, yo, can he play with motherfuckers who like it's their job to like how these motherfuckers is putting together
So,
these
sir,
rounds right now? Like it's their job.
I had a fellow fan just ask me in my inbox. This is a great point. They want to know, based off what you're saying, why is it that when we see a lot of the bigger KOTD names go over to URL, they all have great showings? Like Roan went over there and he bodied Danger Zone. Pat Stay beat Tay Rock his first joint. Diz had a great debut. Real Deal. Sharon's the smack killer.
Right.
It's a lot of them.
Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you very simple. Again, Pau Gasol is MVP overseas and on in the summer, and then he comes play in the NBA in the winter, and he might not be MVP of the NBA, but he plays over there. The people that you just named are MVPs where they're from. They are the best of the best where they're from. So like I keep saying, I'm not saying can't nobody. URL isn't a force field for some of these things. I still think a nigga like Bill collected buns or Jack could get his ass whooped. I'm not vouching for these niggas. I'm vouching for the brand. A-Ward could probably beat the shit out of one of these niggas. So I'm vouching for our brand, meaning
Watch your
like,
mouth.
you know what I mean? Meaning where we stand.
I'm just letting him talk,
So them
I'm
niggas
just
could
letting
be,
him talk, man. I
so
beat A
them
Ward
niggas is
already, man.
Sharon, Pat Stay, them niggas are already proven
That's
MVPs
cap.
in overseas leagues. So they come over here and they get a win. I don't think that's crazy to me.
Saga,
It's
we on a
normal.
good
No,
note. Chill out.
I do think he could
Surfing,
win
what you're
though.
saying,
I said what I
100%
said, Bill.
agree. But what it
I'm
comes down to,
outside.
right, is like when they
I
came
beat
over
him
to
already,
Smack
Bill.
and whatnot, they were all established,
That's cap.
cool. But A
I'm
Ward's
out front, Saga.
established as
Check
well.
the app.
That's cap.
Check Twitter.
Yeah, I
I'm
greedy
out
people
front.
That
got
app
off of
is
that.
ass.
Like
Check
Pat
Instagram.
Stay,
Check Twitter.
who's just randomly rambling. Pat Stay
Yeah, Jack Boy.
Yo,
came over
okay,
and
now
got
The fuck I stand on mine, nigga.
I'm out front.
Go ahead, Ward.
Yeah, Pat Stay came over, got Tay Rock. Sharon came over, got Suge during his prime years. That's what happened. I'm not, like I said, once again, I'm not saying, hey, I have to battle this guy or whatever. I'm saying, look, guys like B. Av, T Top, those are guys that I would like to come over and make my debut against. That's what I told them in person, and
A-Ward
they were
versus
like,
B gotta be beautiful. Oh
they
my
were like,
God, that'd
cool.
be beautiful for the
They
culture.
were like, cool. So like the whole idea that I feel like I deserve something over there when I haven't been in the mud with them guys. It's not that. It's just like me saying this is who I want to battle. And you've done it before. For guys. It's a little bit different back then when Pat Stay and Sharon were making their debuts. I mean, they really were like them dudes, and they still are those dudes. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just kind of like content with where I'm at right now. But like, yo, if you got an opportunity for me to come over and do a volume against a B dot or something like that, that's fire to me. You know, let's do it.
Because thinking about it right now, it's like, and I'm kind of talking to you on this, Surf. It's like the only difference between A Ward now and the not necessarily Pat Stay, because he just debuted in like 2018. That's different. But
Right.
like Sharon debuting, Roan debuting, and stuff like that. The only difference between them and A Ward now is that they were established on the league KOTD.
Right, they were
A Ward
established
is not
somewhere. It's
on
like
a league
that's what I'm
establishment,
saying.
but
Like
I think he's in the same regard.
Greedy, everybody damn near that we talking about, they have a league that they damn near own. Like they're an MVP somewhere. And they like, let's not act like random
Just
niggas
before
just
you
come
finish,
into
I was the
URL and drop
2019
buckets.
King of the Dot Battler of the Year. So just want to let you know that.
Great job. That's a good award.
Same year Geechee won Cody.
Yep.
Geechee ain't had nothing to do with it. Look at Greedy Gotti. Same year Geechee won Cody. What the fuck Geechee got to do with it? We ain't talked about Geechee.
It's the profile pic,
and
sir.
we ain't talked about Geechee in 50 minutes. This nigga
That's
talking about
that
some
boy.
people.
That's
You
that
gotta
boy
be
son.
sick. You gotta be sick. That nigga just thought about that. Geechee, we ain't said the same year Geechee won Cody.
Got posters on the wall.
Nigga got Geechee Gotti stats in his fucking
Not
in his
the posters.
Rolodex. Just
Got the posters on the wall.
Not
he
the
got the
posters.
Helga Pataki gum thing Geechee in his fucking closet.
Nigga got the
gotta
Geechee
relax,
Gotti
bucko.
gumball machine at the front door.
Yeah.
His lock
That
screen.
boy said
You
the
got
Helga
His lock
Pataki
screen.
gum shrine.
Oh,
It's a
you got
welcome.
Gotti
It's
on
a
the lock
welcome
screen,
home.
Geechee
It's a
on the
welcome home EFB mat at the door.
Nah, but I'm not gonna lie. All those names, like Roan, let's be clear. Roan is spooky.
Yep.
Sharon
God.
is spooky. Pet State is spooky. Everybody that we name that
guys.
come to URL
Hey,
and
look.
get off, they already own
Hey, look.
somewhere else. They the man somewhere already.
Hey guys, I just want to say all those names. I beat all those names. So yeah, y'all go ahead.
I called you a legend when you pulled up. I know the truth. I don't know if they know. I know the truth.
I know the truth.
That's on God.
Shout out.
I mean, there's some young niggas over here that's wilding right now that I don't know if
Yo,
you can
sir,
stand
can I
up
ask
with.
you a question? Sir, can I ask you a question?
That's not true. You know I'm a star. I'm a star. It's different.
How many people would you say is on the URL roster? Like if you had to just like make an amount,
Just
like
a quick
Yeah.
analysis, like of just me knowing, like and being a part of the roster. It's probably about it's anywhere from 20 to 35 of us.
So you
Everybody
would
else,
say,
like for example,
okay.
like and this is no disrespect to nobody, but like it's just very easy to me to think like Cuban. He's battled on URL, but he wouldn't be
Oh, my
considered
God.
roster.
Yeah, false. Not doing that.
Keeping 100 with you, he would not be.
No, I'm
considered.
keeping it all the way 100 with you. That nigga on the roster.
No,
he
he's
might be
not,
at the.
bro.
He might be at, bro. He might be at the. I'll give you. He at the lower total pole of it, but you're not finna do that. I'm close
See,
to
but
the
that's
nigga.
because
I know
listen,
his
he's a goonie and
conversations,
he's
bro.
your man. I'm
Bro,
speaking
he's
on-
not. No, I'm not speaking from no bias standpoint. I just
Okay.
said I'm around the nigga and I hear certain conversations. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I see certain shit like we were
And I
just at
talked to
Gates of the
Beasley,
Garden.
Smack, and Chico.
It's crazy because I was about to bring up Beasley and what the man. Listen, so whatever
Okay.
whatever you heard is different from what I seen Beasley say out his mouth to this man in his face in
Hey yo,
Philly. That's all
and
I
that's
say.
why, and that's how I know more than y'all because I can beat yo.
Okay.
That's what Beasley does. Or if you catch
Yeah,
Beasley in front
Bro,
of
I
you,
know what Beasley
in front
does.
of you, he's gonna tell you anything you
I'm
want to
just
hear.
telling you, we're not doing that.
And
But
then
he
Surf
didn't.
is
But he didn't
the
run
one he
down
get
on
on the phone
Beasley.
with and clown niggas.
The way you
Facts.
trying to paint it, I'm just not gonna let you paint it. But you making your point. You
So
got it.
I
You
asked
got
Okay,
it.
listen.
So I asked
Okay,
that
back to
because
A
I
Ward.
wanted to
Back
know.
to your question, A Ward. You asked me who would be considered on
Yeah, because I
URL's
wanted to know
roster.
how many
Let's
people
say
you
this.
think
Listen.
URL has plans
All right,
for, right?
I got you,
Like
A Ward.
that
Let
has
me listen.
plans for.
If a motherfucker ain't been on, if a motherfucker don't gotta be on Gnome, Summer Madness, certain cards, how the fuck you on a roster and you ain't had one card that mattered this year?
There we go.
You
That's
open
what
it
I
up
wanted
like
to get to. That's
no.
what I wanted to get to.
If we can remove you and what you've done this year, and it won't and not blink an eye, at all. You bugging. If URL had to take 25 people, listen, we're giving you X amount of dollars. This is your budget. You have 25 people. Cuban does not make that list. It's girls that make that list before Cuban. Respectfully.
Let's change that. I don't want to be bashing.
But
Cuban.
you
That's
went
my
from
guy.
35 people to top 25. If you saying top 25, I can give you that.
20. I
He
said
on the
it's about
roster.
20 to 35 of us that listen. I could name 20 motherfuckers that's besides the 3 that's outside of URL. I can name 20 motherfuckers that's like once we do the champion of the year, they about to do a top 20 for champion of the year. 17 of them gonna be from URL. None of those are Cuban. We already at 17 people. Now let's add in 10 to 12. 10 to 15 motherfuckers that's better than him that's not even up for champion of the year. Bro, when I say roster, When I say roster, I mean that your character is already created. Like Jack Boy is, whether you're good or bad, Jack Boy is a somebody in this. Like if this was a movie,
That's a fact.
Jack Boy would have a character.
That's a fact.
Cuban's character has not been created yet to URL.
Yeah, that's why I asked the question, because I wanted, like, there's a small percentage of the people that battle over there that they have plans for that are considered people on their roster.
Right. Facts. Bro,
And
I
then-
talk to BC every morning at 9 a.m. Every morning. Can't nobody tell you more.
Well, you got to
telling you.
clock in, right? I mean, you got usually check in with your boss real quick. You know,
Hey, you got
Holy
to.
hell.
Hey, I'm cool. Listen, that's not around for me. I'm cool with that. That man is the reason that I'm fine.
no, but
totally
the
okay.
reason
That's
why I
gonna be a
asked is
bad
because,
round.
like, there's even a this is where it matters within URL. They say URL is where it matters, right? When you go into the company, like you just said, if you're not on Summer Madness, if you're not doing those other battles that you do during URL, don't matter, right?
Oh no, yeah, it's smaller battles too. Like I said, like even like a nigga Jack, my man. I don't give a fuck how much he want to be the devil's advocate and all that. Jack, my guy, right? So Jack versus Saga, Jack and Saga just go. Jack versus Danny, such and such, like shit like that. Those are battles like, oh shit, all right, we about to throw a traffic. Oh shit, let's get Jack and Saga. We're not calling Cuban yet for no traffics.
Why are you doing this to Cuban, man? Switch it up.
Surf,
Pick
man, you gotta
somebody else.
relax on Cuban.
He doesn't deserve it.
Yo, sir,
That's-
somebody in my
hate me out?
inbox.
Y'all want me to say somebody else? Okay, cool. MVP. Name somebody. Name
Oh,
somebody.
Man.
MVP name.
But
Like
that's what
y'all
I was
don't like it when I name people specifically. Y'all feel like I'm being a bad guy, but this is what the fuck is going on,
So
bro.
so the reason I asked that is because when I said I don't believe everybody's a professional that's in the NBA, you're saying that the guys that are on URL and on their
I hate his phone.
Big trash.
Keep telling y'all.
Yo,
Bro,
that's
it worked.
That
See, if you was on
my boy.
URL, you'd be on our fucking T-Mobile plan and you have a fucking
He be
phone
good.
line.
He be
That
good.
guy said
Oh,
Android
good.
Hey,
life, my
sir.
boy.
It definitely got an Android.
That boy
He
got
got
that Android.
that signal. Keep trying to get through them bricks by bricks, and that shit ain't
Y'all,
working.
Yo, Jack,
y'all got T-Mobile? Y'all got T-Mobile
We're not
over there?
doing that when they want
That's
smoke,
that
Jack.
barbecue.
You gotta
That's
relax.
that barbecue
You
money.
gotta relax.
That's that
Yuck.
barbecue backyard money, man.
That shit
Yuck.
between the bricks
Nah,
by
not
bricks.
barbecue back.
That's what your phone like when you battle at barbecues. That's what happens.
You gotta relax, man.
Yo,
Tell
I'm
him,
more upset that you guys have T-Mobile.
it's supposed to be a happy
Arsenal,
really
he
hate my
battled
life right
Arsenal
now.
at the barbecue, man. Like he battled. That's,
I'm
come on,
crying.
not,
Did this nigga say his service trying to get through the brick by
No,
bricks?
I hate my life right now.
Nah, A-Ward,
But
listen,
what I was saying
everybody
was
that's
basically like, I don't believe they're all
I'm with you.
professionals, and you're saying that these guys are afterthoughts, even though they're a part of URL. They don't really matter
Right.
because they're not battling on stages that matter. People
Right.
don't care. So that's what I was saying.
But okay, look, that's where it gets tricky though, A-Ward, because look, but I'm with you 1,000%. What you're saying is absolutely right. Yes, Cuban can talk down for sure. Why? Because he has a jersey. He does. He has
and
a
the right,
jersey.
and the right.
Cuban can talk down the Ward? Cuban can
No,
talk down the Ward?
no, not Ward.
Oh, okay,
What I'm
okay.
saying is
that
he has a
backpedaling.
URL jersey. He has a URL jersey for sure because he's been here. He's been here, so he has a URL jersey. He's actually battled on URL 2, 3 times, 4 times, or something like that. So he's here for sure, guaranteed. That don't. But again, roster is look. If the New York Giants is going to play St. Louis, they do not take the practice team. They don't.
Man,
Ain't
this
no
is bordering
St. Louis,
on
so-
disrespect.
They don't take the practice team, bro. They do not. You can be on the team. You can be on the team and still not be. Yes, niggas act like it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
You know
I
what I
agree
mean?
that there's
So
starters.
now,
and I agree that there's quality backups like Jack Boy. Like if somebody gets hurt, you put them in, and then there's practice squads. Like I
go to
agree.
shade.
Talking
Go to
about.
shade.
I'm one of the stars in this shit. You better, boy. You like to play that shit. Listen, God don't like ugly. Stop
Jack
showing
Boy,
your.
you the holder on the team. You hold for the field goals. That's what you are. You start, but you're the holder.
Nigga, if anything, I'm the slot wide out. Nigga, fuck out my face. If anything, I'm the slot receiver. Nigga, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up.
Yeah,
I ain't
because the slot only runs a curl, and that's what you do under pressure.
you could call it what you want, but on that
That's
paper,
all.
motherfucker, and I see plenty of time, and I get awards at the end of the year. You know, NBA awards, not little awards. You
You
know,
get awards because you were so trash that you came back.
go to bowl games. You still go to bowl games. Fuck out of here.
I wish I had that luxury though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I never was able to wake up like like anytime I'm getting ready for a battle and shit, like damn, yo, John. I'm thinking about John every night to get ready for a big ass John battle, a big ass Cali. I've never had the pressure of not having pressure. Like, oh yeah, I battle Zetro the Great next week. I would not be thinking about. I'd be getting head and fucking bitches all damn day. Like I did, my battles would be so big. I damn near gotta stop fucking the focus because
That's
I don't
what
want
the
to drop.
rest of
No,
us
I'm
NBA
serious.
do in
I
one
be
shit.
damn near having to stop fucking. Like I don't want to lose. If I could get 50 for a small room, I don't want to waver that by playing. So it's like I gotta take every single battle I take serious. Niggas get the luxury of talking about I call this a practice battle. I call this a feature. I've never had that luxury. Anybody, if I lose any of my like that's not the way it go. Do you know what I just did to Twerk? As far as like, well, what he did to himself because he should have prepped, but dropping that battle the way he did against Surf, do you know he damn near could have lost 1/3 of his income?
What was
Do you
bricks?
know?
What,
Do you
what,
know
what,
how
was,
hard? What'd you say, Marv?
what was bricks to you then?
What was bricks at the time? I'm not the Sue Surf that I am now, so I get a free flight to Cali. I get a free flight to Cali. Suge already battling Tall T. Somebody was already battling Cocky. Like it was a trip for me, a trip and a couple dollars. I might have got $2,000 for bricks at that time in my culture. I'm not turning down bricks. And then again, grind time. URL. Remember, again, also the jungle was URL jungle. That was URL West at the time. So I still didn't leave home. That was Fox and them was considered URL West at the time.
Okay.
That's what we battled on, URL West. But
I'm not sure. Like, I mean, you're like, what's difficult is like you're such an
Can I get sweet
exception
and
to
sour
the rule.
sauce?
anomaly. Go ahead,
Yeah,
call
you
me
know
a
what I mean.
unicorn. It's cool.
No, I'm just saying you're
Yeah.
an exception because like you positioned yourself to where you always was just taking big battles, right? That's not as easy to do now in a world, where there's events every month and different
Right.
things like that. So it's kind of not the same, you know what I mean?
No,
So
I
like,
also like what I've also walked out of a lot of NBA league nights with performance of the night, show of the night. So at the same time, anytime you see Surf name next to somebody or next to something, we know this is a show. If Surf is on the card, this is a show. I'm never just a fill-in battle. I did that. You know what I mean? Not just like by not being there. Like if it's seven battles on the card, that's 14 motherfuckers. Every time I walk out, I want to be in the top 3 motherfuckers that was here tonight. And
right,
you
and
do that enough.
that's an attribute to your star power because there's been plenty of times where you walked out and didn't score those games. And you had 2 points. And the
Yeah,
next
that's
game,
not an
you still
attribute.
wanted to
That's
watch
not an
you.
attribute to my star power. That's an attribute to my skill level.
But you choked in multiple battles back to back to back, and people still you didn't have filler battles after that.
Okay, listen. Now we're talking about creating narrative. A Ward, name those battles back to back to back that I choke. I want you to back up what you're saying.
Okay,
Can I?
so you choked against Lux,
Okay.
right?
And then I lost to 40.
You didn't choke against her?
No, sir. Keep going. Now name another time in this 12-year run that I had that I choked in back-to-back battles.
You ain't choke versus 40?
Or you talking about Nitty versus Nitty versus talking about
Nitty,
not having a third
T-Top,
for Nitty
T-Rex.
and Greedy. I will keep saying this like I've said in multiple, and there's a lot of fans in here. There was never a third round for T-Top or Nitty to rap. I walked in there and rapped everything I had. Choking is not getting your material off. I did not respect Nitty or T-Top at the time of where they were to write more. This is what I'm going in there with. That's it. Facts. I'm not lying about like I don't have them battles is years old. I didn't fully prep for them niggas. It wasn't no third round of choke over because it wasn't a third.
Yo, you don't remember this nigga telling y'all you only need to win 2?
Bro, because this sick ass weird ass culture.
He was telling y'all that he didn't have a third. He was telling y'all, I only need to win 2.
It's the truth. You only have to win. If it's a 3-round battle, all you have to do is clearly win 2 rounds or win 2 rounds. And now people that like all these new, the Twitter space fans and all these new fans, they wasn't here at the time. Whether I don't give a fuck about you rewatching the battle back in 2019, walking out of those events and on the polls. Sue Surf beat Rum Nitty and T-Top after that battle. Facts.
I tell people that all the time. I wasn't there, but I watched those live, Surf. I remember after your second round, it looked dark for Nitty.
Exactly. If you're in the building or if you're amongst the culture, a part of the culture at the time. See, a lot of our fans, they weren't actually because people. The one thing you can't recreate is impact at the time. So a lot of motherfucker be new to battle rap the last 4 years and be like, yo, why Surf talk so much? Not understanding. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He been like walking out of Sue Surf versus Young Ill was the best battle that night. Sue Surf versus X Factor was the best battle that night. Big T that night. Khan that night. I've had the best battle of the night for about 6-7 years straight. I only battled twice a year for my first 6 years of my career. 8 of them shits is like 6 of them shits is classics. And the reason, like, you can, if there was a top 25 battles ever, because some shit could be battle of the year but still not have impact for the culture. If there was a top 25 battles ever, Surf versus T, Surf versus Khan, Surf versus Hitman, all go in there. You can't name 5, 6, 7 motherfuckers that have battles that are in top ever. Ever. You can't.
Me and B-Dog.
Shut up.
Praise God.
Would
Shut
you
up, Jazz.
agree? Okay, so somebody
Boy
in my
Jazz.
DMs, would you agree that I think this is
Yeah,
kind of
watch
what
your
you were
mouth,
saying
sir.
when I brought it up,
Watch your
sir.
mouth.
In
Oh,
terms
boy.
of like the whole Sharon, Pat Stay comparison,
Right.
somebody else in my DMs is saying that's a bad comparison, that A Ward is more like where Loso and B Dot were at when they came to URL.
Respectfully, do not compare A Ward to Loso and B Dot. They're too proven.
No, Surf.
No, I'm saying
Nah,
when
that's
they
not
when they
fair,
when they
bro.
got like
Surf.
their
That's
That's
what
past
he's
with
saying.
whack.
URL.
Thanks,
That
Sarah.
he's saying that what Loso did and what B Dot did was they did the same thing of go against the company.
Oh,
You
go
know,
against the grain to get in. Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right, Greedy. My bad.
I
You're not.
feel
Nah,
like
At this point,
yeah.
you turn it into like Jay Black. I don't like agreeing with you, even when you're right.
I feel like when we think about Loso
I'll
coming
take
in the
that.
URL though, that his position in battle rap wasn't as proven as A Ward's is at the moment. Now, if we talk about like comparing them now and their impact and things of that nature, cool. But we gotta be real and just say, yo, man, when Loso came to URL, dog, he was coming off of like basically being known on Bullpen, whereas
Right.
A Ward has shown his value and his worth on other Premier Leagues such as RBE, King of the
respectfully,
Dot, right?
you tripping, bro. The nigga Loso had the daylight battle on RB. He had a bunch of battles. He had like 2 battles on RBE, bro. He was moving around,
I'm
fool.
not saying, I'm not taking it away from Loso. I think Loso is phenomenal. I think him coming into URL was what it is. But if we're comparing apples to apples, we got to compare apples to apples. And the thing is, A Ward has continued to do those things outside of the stage before getting there. So it's just the profile is different.
And to me,
That don't
was
mean the
doing to that.
skill is different, bro. But the
I think the
profile
skill
is
is
different.
different, but the profile's the same outside of how many times they battled, but the same places that A Ward touched.
Man, A
Loso,
Ward beat Geechee Gotti twice, dog. Come on,
listen,
dog.